We're off to see another mentee. This time it's Stuart in Maidenhead, actually. So not too long of a journey, 2.5 hours to get there. Let's go see Stuart. Okay, here we are. Here's Stuart's latest rent-to-rent. It was actually a house up for sale. Not going to show you the board because it gives away the estate agent. Here we are. So here's Stuart.
Welcome, gang.
Let's
see where we get to. So straight into this 3-bed house. You move into the kitchen to your right-hand side, which is very well equipped. All of the mod coms that we need, and then into the living area. This house was actually just refurbished completely from top to bottom, painted, new flooring, new carpet throughout. This is the living room area.
Yeah, amazing. You've done a good job. Done a really good job. So they're sofa beds as well, aren't they?
Yeah, sofa beds as well, so we can put more sort of heads on beds as well,
yeah.
Although I haven't used them as yet, but that will be part of the plan.
So is that essentially 4 people or is that 2 people?
They are meant to be doubles. Essentially it would be 4 people.
Would you happily sleep on one of them?
Depends how drunk I am, I suppose. I could sleep anywhere when I'm drunk. But no, look, I think it facilitates for one night. The reviews wasn't too bad online. Yeah. They do say they're a little bit hard, but they were cheap and cheerful. Yeah. Exactly like the rest of the stuff. So I had fun shopping around to try and find all of the stuff, making it into what it is today.
Yeah, nice.
Follow through upstairs.
You got a downstairs toilet there?
Yeah, downstairs toilet just there, which is nice and handy. If you're downstairs, straight up the new carpet.
Did the landlord carpet everywhere?
Carpet throughout. Yeah.
Brand new before you took it on?
Yeah, before I took it on. So that wasn't part of the deal, but they'd already done that. So this is a currently double bedroom with sort of an ensuite there, so can sleep sort of 2 in here in the double bed. If I needed to, I could probably split the beds and make them into singles. Come with fitted wardrobes as well, which was quite nice.
Yeah, so far we're sleeping 6 people.
So far we're sleeping 6, yes. Yeah. Carry on down the corridor, into which again is another sizable room. This has currently only got 2 singles in, or can go into a double, but...
We've just had a conversation.
Yeah, we just... Kenny's happily added another few, which I'd already added 2, but Kenny's added 3 into it. So
we're going to sleep 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So a bunk bed there and another single, and it's not even crammed in.
No, it's ample space in here.
So that's so far we're sleeping 11.
11. So far so good. And then we go up to floor number 3, and this is currently double with ensuite. So. Yeah, can be split into 2 singles if we need to, then up the sort of heads on beds.
So far that's 12, 13, but we're going to put another single in that cove there. So
apparently
14 people.
But yeah, so this is the 3-bedroom. Only put it online sort of last week on Airbnb and Booking.com, and successfully got my first 5 bookings, which is amazing.
Did you get a booking straight away?
Pretty much, yes. I had it on for a day on Booking.com, and as I said earlier, I was away on holiday, then got the first ping at 8:30 at night, and they wanted to stay 12 o'clock that night, which scared the absolute life out of me. I don't think I slept a wink. I was up watching the Ring doorbell all night. But I'm now over that and know what to expect. So, and then actually I'm here today just making sure everything's clean and tidy. From Saturday, it is completely booked for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, amazing. So this is your very first property, isn't it?
This is my very first property.
Let's head back downstairs then and find out all about how you got to this point.
Yeah.
Stuart, before you joined us, walk us through exactly what was going through your mind. How was life? Why did you start Rent to Rent?
Life before starting coming on to sort of like your mentorship was 30 years within the football industry. I basically had taken the last probably 9 to 12 months of sort of searching in terms of what strategy I was going to do, how I was going to do it, how I was going to execute it, and started off with Rent to Rent. Went to a number of sort of day events or 2-day events with other people, and we won't mention names at this stage, but and then come across the stuff that you was doing and thought, look, you seemed absolutely genuine, sort of fun to work with as well. So that sort of ticked all the boxes for me. So yeah, we got on a call and had the call, and then mentorship started some months ago now, but was off to sort of like a rapid start with calls. I think I only made sort of 10 calls within the first few days, and literally had my first property.
Had your first viewing?
Had my first viewing, had my first viewing, and went to that beautiful 4-bed house, only round the corner. The landlord accepted my offer, but then sort of retracted it after about a week or so of going backwards and forwards about contracts, etc. And then I stumbled across this one.
Why did they retract their offer? Can you remember?
Yeah, it was purely because they wanted to go with a family friend.
Okay.
That's what I was told by the estate agent anyway. To be fair, it was a beautiful property that had just been refurbished as well, so not too far from.
Did that demoralise you? Everyone gets emotionally attached to their first kind of process.
Yeah, I suppose it was a little bit of a knock, but I've had many years of knocks within the sports industry that I was in, dealing with big contracts, and then they're not done until they're signed. So you learn to sort of get a bit of a thick skin about it and push it to one side and crack on to the next one. You can't win them all.
Yeah, so you must have been watching the YouTube videos exactly like this. As you were watching those videos, what were you thinking?
Firstly thinking, is this true? Can this work? Yeah, really just trying to get my head around it all and how it worked, how I was going to then speak to either landlords or estate agents and get them to go with a startup company who never knew anything about sort of rent to rent until sort of jumping on the mentorship with yourself. And yeah, it was a good start, and I can now sit here and say it does work. Which is a good feeling. Like, it's always nice to get some bookings and stuff like that, and long may it can continue with this property, and hopefully be able to take on some more properties as I go along on my journey. But certainly it was, the first thinking was, does this really work? Are people just doing it and saying it works, and then making all this money that they're saying online and stuff like that? And yeah, I can sit here and say it certainly does work. There is a process to it, and you have to be a bit thick-skinned and get on with it, and you have to crack on with it, but it definitely works. So far so good.
Yeah, so you're buying property as well, aren't you?
Yeah, so I actually buy property and turn them into HMOs as well. So just before I bought this got this property, the property I was purchasing was a 3-bed house that we are now turning into a 5-bed HMO. So yeah, completely different. And actually, this rent to rent will probably profit me more than my 5-bed HMO, which is pretty scary.
And I'm pumping
a hell of a lot more money into that than I am this. Yes. So I could have probably not done that and done more of these.
I know it's almost like ownership in the UK has been brainwashed into us, isn't it? Yeah, I think it has, and I think there's certainly different strategies now in terms of, you know, the normal sort of buy to let. Yeah, well, this house was up for sale.
Yeah, this house up for sale, just over £600,000. Beautiful house, beautiful area. But the buy-to-let market is really struggling, not much profit in it. That's the reason we've gone down the route of a HMO. Like I say, it's still not going to profit me as much as this place, but I have an asset that will decide what we need to do with that as well.
There's nothing wrong with owning property as well, is there?
No.
How many viewings did you have to go on to get to this point?
This was actually my 3rd viewing. The first was the house I spoke about that fell through. I viewed another property same day as I viewed this. So yeah, it was 3 viewings, which actually in total, I probably think I'm one of the lucky ones. I've probably made about 15 phone calls. So
since the start of the mentorship.
Apologies that I've only done 15 phone calls, but I hit an estate agent that was absolutely desperate to give me something, and that was the golden nugget for me.
Perfect.
And he was throwing...
Was that pure luck?
Absolute pure luck.
Yeah.
I phoned up about the first property, and it was pure luck from there on in. Company let, they done just because of that, they then done all the searches on me, and it all was perfect, so they were eager to try and find me something. So hopefully he's got a few more properties up his sleeve for me. And we've built a good relationship. So but the other ones that I did phone, I did find it tough because, you know, company lets, etc. You can get a few knockbacks, or they sort of come back to you with all different types of stuff. You know, our landlord would be interested, etc. We don't do that.
We do it for companies only, as in employees.
Yeah, and actually what you taught me is not to be on the phone too long and try and persuade them. I could probably talk too much sometimes, and I've sort of learned to just go, right, okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
You can't persuade them.
On to the next one.
Yeah, that's it.
And but I will be starting my phone calls again.
Yeah. But now you know you can do it, and you've got bookings flying in. You know, you've already covered the rent for this month, and you know, loads of the month left. So that's epic. Okay, so this property was advertised at £3,000.
£3,000, yeah.
And when you put the numbers to me, walk us through that, because I can remember it clearly.
Yeah, I can probably visualise the text as well, going backwards and forwards, and one of your texts just be like, what? I don't understand what you're saying to me. But yeah, the rent was up for £3,000. I done my checks. We then come back. I sent sort of like the stuff over to yourself to sort of check through and make sure I was being kind to myself. We soon realised that we'd have to completely, you know, throw in a low sort of offer, which when I said to you, I think I remember saying to you, do you know anybody that's ever got it sort of £1,000 less than the asking price?
I did.
And
that.
you come back and said, sometimes. And we got to a space where Kenny had sort of looked at my numbers and said, look, realistically, this is where you need to be. It was around about it was actually £1,850. And I was a little bit like, I can't put that offer in.
It's almost, I bet you felt like, oh, well, that's it, the deal's dead.
Yeah. Straight away, I'm like, there is no way they're going to accept this offer. The good thing about this property was actually when I first viewed it, the landlord was here, and I got to speak to the landlord. So hopefully the impression she got of what we do and how we do it sort of give her some comfort as well. And yeah, I then sort of approached the estate agent and said to them, look, I've got an offer, I've done my numbers, it's extremely low. I don't want to take the absolute Michael out of anybody, but do you want me to submit an offer?
Yeah.
Make an offer. And he said, yeah, where are you at? And I didn't quite listen to Kenny because I was probably too scared to do the 1,800, but I went to 2,000, and he come back to me straight away and went, could you get to 2,100?
When you read that reply, what did you think? Because that's instantly they've just come down £900.
It was actually over the phone. So we've done it over the phone, and he then went to me, do you think you could get to 2,100? And I'm like, that's probably still a little bit high from where I want to be. I looked at the numbers again that sort of we'd sort of sent backwards and forwards, and yes, at that price there probably wasn't as much profit in it for me, but it was a bit of a learning curve. And then,
carry on.
Sorry,
I'm excited to get to it.
When he then come back and said they've accepted an offer at 2,100, I was like, that's £900 lower.
Yeah.
And actually, one thing I say to everybody is, if you don't ask, you don't get.
Yeah.
And it was time for me to ask. And thankfully, this time round, I got.
There's no way I would have let you sign the contract for any higher.
Yeah.
Based on the due diligence. But what I'm keen to say is we based our due diligence on 5 people staying in a house.
Yeah.
On a conservative nightly rate of 180.
Yeah.
You can sleep 14 people.
Where you're putting beds where I'm not sure they'll go, but you're the expert and I'm not. Look, I love that. I definitely didn't see that top bed in the other.
Or if you want to play it a bit more conservative, one person on here, one person on there, still 12 people.
12, yeah.
It's above 10, guaranteed.
Yeah.
So even if every person just paid £30 per night, that's £300 per night.
Yeah.
And we based it on 180.
But yeah, and like I say, the first few bookings have come in, and the next 2 weeks are fully booked, which is phenomenal, really, and very exciting to sort of see where the journey gets to and how many more beds I can get in before the sort of people sort of get in, really.
Did working with me and the one-to-one support and the mentorship meet your expectations?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, literally, even when you do get the sort of business hours text back, you're still on it. And and I said to you when we first spoke on the online sort of Zoom video to sort of sign up, I wanted somebody that I know could take the bullshit out of it all, and be honest with me and just tell me how it is. And you've been that, and you've been receptive, and even on days when I haven't texted, you've texted me to say, Stu, can I help with anything? Do you need any help? And you know, for me, just to have somebody there as like my little go-to, always knew that the deal side of it, in terms of getting a deal, wouldn't be an issue for me, but my numbers and making sure I'm checking through them right was one that I wanted to get right.
Yeah, it's really important, because as a mentor, I'm playing devil's advocate, but let's say I just wanted this video as a testimonial. You've got a rent-to-rent property. I could say, yeah, $3,000, they've accepted it, sign it, you know, boom. Like, but actually I want you to win. I want every one of my clients to make a hell of a lot of money. That's why we have to go in very low on conservative. And the look on your face and how excited you are, you know already you're going to make a lot of money. That's why I do what I do. It's like,
and
it's tougher. It's tough. It is tough. This market is 100% tough, but so is going to work for the rest of your life without trying. I'd rather face a lot of rejection and get one massive win than never get a massive win. Yeah,
and I think, look, for me, it was to have that comfort of somebody that had been there, done it, got the t-shirt, and you certainly have got the t-shirt as well. And it was that comfort of even a text, just to ask a question. Even when the contract come through, you sent me some bits, perfect to sign, and I'm like, are you sure? Do you remember that other bit? No, perfect, sign it, do it. And just to have that when you have never read a contract like that before, or you've never really, like, as I say, I went to a number of 1-dayers, 2-dayer stuff where you learnt this stuff, but you never really had to put it into action. And I think, you know, you sort of held the hand all the way through, which was perfect, and always been there on a text or a voice note or something else. And the pictures are coming back into my head now when I first sent you the sort of property and stuff like that. And you was like, what are you talking about? Because I'd got my number slightly wrong, and you corrected me and went, no, this is where we need to be. So very thankful to have that help welcome. And support. And I think, you know, you could say yourself the amount of times that I've sort of texted you, again, thanks for the help and support, because it's much appreciated. Yeah,
you're very welcome. And this is just a start. Like, I've got clients still with me from 3 years ago, and they're making a hell of a lot of money. It's exactly how I want you to just keep going. Just keep going. Just don't ever dwell. Just keep chasing whatever you're chasing. And, you know, this is a mega start. It's brilliant. Good property, amazing spec. Just lean into this market.
Yeah. You know? Yeah, it is good. I love doing the whole dressing of a house and stuff like that as well. So it sort of ticks a few boxes.
Yeah, so you said you've done this at 3K budget?
Roughly about 3K is everything in the property. If my wife had got her way, we'd have probably been at 6K, but
like I said earlier, been there, done that.
So I tried to steer clear of going shopping with her, or just saying, please just order this. So just under 3K, everything in the property.
Okay. So if it was to make, let's say, £1,200 a month profit, which I think it would do a lot more, how long will it be until you get a full return on investment, including the mentorship, if you've worked that one out?
Cool, I actually haven't worked that
out. How long of a contract is this? I can't quite remember.
This is a year's contract.
A year's.
So a year's contract. Or
is it a rent review in a year? Or is it a year and then end?
It is a year then a review to sort of go again. So I haven't done the complete workings, but...
will you see a return? So let's say 1,000, it's going to return 12 grand. That is a return.
Yeah, definitely is. Yeah, working out what I've spent, and then the mentorship. Yeah, we're probably sort of in the 6 to 7 grand sort of profit in that.
Yeah.
Which again, look, although it's about the money and having that freedom, for me it was about that learning curve. And if I didn't hit exactly where the money should be getting to, it was more about the learning curve for me to know that yes, it can be done. and when they're talking on these videos, I now can say it can be done. So again, it was more of a learning.
Do you think someone like you 8 months ago watching this video would believe you though? Would you have believed another mentee saying exactly what and you're watching that YouTube video, would you believe it?
You always want to believe people. I think it's the numbers that people push around, and some of the numbers that you see sort of like online and stuff like that are ridiculous. But actually, they could be absolutely spot on, because if this...
We've based it on 5 people on £180 per night. It's going to make a lot more than that. That's what we know for certain, isn't it?
Exactly. And if it does, absolutely brilliant. I've sort of nailed it first time round, which is good, and you can see the scope for putting more beds in as well, which I'd already noticed too, but then when you noticed a few more, it was get them in. And look,
it's not overcrowded though. That's the I see some listings and I'm like, the 6-inch gap between beds, and I'm like, you can't even get a bedside table with a lamp on that. That's just stupid.
It's a good sized property, and I think the thing with me as well is I wouldn't have wanted to try and squeeze every little ounce out of it. I want it to be, I want people to come here and enjoy it and then be able to go away, because at the end of the day we're providing the service as well. So it's not always about the money, it's about the service we provide as well. And if we get people, I've got a group of contractors coming in next week. If them contractors are in this neighbourhood over the next few months and they like this property, I'm going to get repeat customers. And that is the best thing I can get, is I'm putting people in here week in, week out that I know, they know the property, and I know it's always going to be safe.
So you've only been on the mentorship like 3 months? 2-3 months? It's not been long. 3, I
think coming up to 3 maybe.
And you've got your first, brilliant. Okay, what's the biggest thing you've learned so far? It doesn't have to be, obviously, you've got your property. What's your biggest takeaway so far from doing the rent-to-rent process? Listening
to what you say in terms of making the calls, and yes, I know I haven't made loads
15.
of them, but I know I haven't made loads of them, but that is purely because of other stuff I had sort of going on and stuff like that. But follow the process. Follow the process. Yes, it might be, a bit mundane or a bit tough, a bit hard, but every single day have that list of calls you're going to do, or get up and repeat, because you will get that breakthrough. You will get that breakthrough. You just have to work for it.
You didn't have connections to this agent?
No, none at all.
It was just you called them and then boom.
And I think just follow the process and make sure, and lean on yourself. You've been there and done it, and actually the group, the other mentees in the group are all the same as us. They're all striving for a goal.
Did the community help you, or is it,
Yeah, definitely. It's certainly the WhatsApp groups and stuff like that, with the morning texts and stuff. It's nice. You get up and it inspires you to want to do something. When someone puts on there, I'm doing 10 calls today, you want to do your 10 calls, because otherwise you think, oh shit, I can't I can't put anything on there. So you want to do your calls, but just follow the process, go through the videos on the mentorship, and use you as the backer, because you've been there, done it, and know what it's all about. So
What does your family think to what you're doing, and all your friends as well?
Probably crazy at first, the family. The friends, only certain friends know what I'm doing.
Is there a reason why you've restricted?
I suppose I'm quite a private kind of person, in terms of, even with my other business, on LinkedIn, I have a marketing company that do the stuff for me in terms of putting posts out and stuff like that. I don't like to be that show off. I'd rather get the job done and go and do it undercover, and then sort of then show everybody.
That's exactly, I would say that's how most newcomers are. It's like, I'm not going to tell anybody till I get my first deal, and then boom.
But I haven't screamed and shouted about this one yet. But I think for me, I like to be a bit private. The family, they were actually down here with me helping me clean the property and get it ready as well, although the kids probably weren't up for cleaning.
Yeah.
I think they was more worried about can the TV work and can we get YouTube.
Have you got young kids?
So I have, my youngest is 9, who's a boy, and then my eldest is 11, a girl. And again, you know, for me, going through this process, it's about teaching them something, teaching them that actually hard work can pay off.
Yeah.
Do the whole process, make sure you do it. If you fail, you fail. You dust yourself off, get up, and you do it again, because that is what happens. It won't always be sunshine, there will be a little bit of rain, but if you can learn to dance in the rain, the sunshine will come. So it's a process of actually showing my kids that hard work, dedication can give you something that you can all enjoy as a family. So even my brother was here helping me fit out the property after my first person taking it at the weekend. I was away on holiday and I was so scared. I asked him to come and check the property the next day.
After the first booking.
After the first booking, yeah. So I was so scared of had they trashed the place, etc. I sort of begged him to come over, and he'd done a 2-hour round trip.
2-hour round trip.
2-hour round trip.
Fair play.
I owe him a few beers and a nice meal. And yeah, he come over, check the property over.
Offer him a free Sunday night stay.
Well, yeah, I think they want more, a free stay and some of the local attractions. yeah, exactly. So no, it's good. And look, I think if you can take your family on the journey with you as well, because they're going to be the ones that are close to you and help and support you through this journey. Yeah. It's a massive help, because at times it can get lonely. so you need that help and support, and that's where you and the community comes in as well. So
yeah, absolutely. Entrepreneurship can be a lonely game, for sure. Have you got any advice for anybody watching on YouTube?
Stay away from Rent-to-Rent, it's dead. No,
it's
look,
saturated.
It's saturated. No, look, firstly, again, appreciation to you, because without you I wouldn't be where I am today.
No, you put in the work.
Sitting here.
You put in the work.
Yeah, but that whole,
I like to thank you as well, because from my side, being a mentor and a coach, it's like I want to see people succeed, but it does come down to you putting in the work. So thank you as well. Yeah, no, thank you. And then I think for me, it's you always get to a point in your life where you can either just stay doing what you want to do, or you can jump and see where you get to. And I think, look, definitely I can see Rent-to-Rent can work. You have to put the work in to make it work, but the rewards can be great, and actually it can give you, you know, a way of life that not a 9 to 5 will keep you locked to a desk or a phone. You know, it can give you a bit of freedom and stuff like that. So certainly that's where I'm aiming to get to. And yeah, the advice would be jump. You never know what's going to happen. And make sure you get the right mentor, though. That is the most important thing. The help and support is what will get you through the tough times. We appreciate that, Stu. Thank you ever so much for showing me around. I think you've got a cracking property. It's obviously doing well, and I can't wait to see the rest of your journey. This won't be the first and last. I'll certainly be back to see more of your properties, especially if every 15 phone calls you make, you take on another one. Keep my months busy, I think. So yeah, no, thank you. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. This has been Stuart's very first Rent to SA.